How you doing? Them brothers from Inglewood podcast once again coming to you live and direct. I'm Hoopie. Charley Mac is not in the studio with us today, but he'll be back this week and he'll have more interesting content to share. I want to say thank you for choosing to see us on this platform. We're asking that you would like, subscribe, and share. That you would also be encouraged to ring the bell, do the notification, so that you will know every time we appear on this platform. I want to say thanks to the Coalesce Group for allowing us to partner with you. Thank you for everything that you're doing in the academic community. We know and understand that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused you to re-strategize and restructure your platform in some way. However, you've made so much information available through Zoom and social media platforms. We want to say thank you for all that you're doing in the academic community and with our young people. We're saying thanks for this opportunity to partner with you. Thanks to the Fruit Off the Vine Clothing Apparel for everything that you're doing to inspire young women and girls, and just helping them with their self-esteem and helping them to color their attitudes in a positive way to appreciate and understand that they are unique and wonderfully made. So thank you so much for all that you're doing in that industry and allowing us to partner with you on this particular platform. We look forward to strengthening the marriage as you have afforded us thus far. Another interesting topic, but before I introduce it, I want to just say thank you again, and please put something in the comments. We'd love to dialogue with you and share. We'd love to get some suggestions and information so that we can build our content and make it interesting and advantageous for those that are viewing. Thank you for following along with us. We're inspired, we're encouraged by your wonderful testimonies and thoughts that you have shared thus far, and we're just looking forward to building this platform in a greater way. Again, great topic today. We're going to discuss something that is probably not as dire. It's probably not as important to some as it is others. But I wanted to talk about this because it's worth sharing and getting different perspectives on. The subject or topic that we're going to discuss today is: do you need someone to go through life with? Do you need someone to go through life with? Or are you content being single, by yourself, independent, and just free of the obligation of sharing? And I don't want to spin it in a negative way, because I believe that it's all positive when you start to develop the topic and have discussion about it. Because some people are content just being alone, being single, not having shared responsibilities. But then there's others who look down the lens or out of the lens of life, wanting to have partnership, wanting to have camaraderie, wanting to have friendship, wanting to have fellowship. And there's nothing wrong with that. A passage of scripture comes to my heart when I think about this topic, because it's relevant, and I think we can all really take something from it. It's in Psalm 133. It's in the first verse. So Psalm 133 verse 1 says, "How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity." So I don't want to jump into another realm of this topic without first fundamentally addressing what I mean when I'm raising the question, do you need someone to go through life with? Because when I look at this particular scripture, I know and understand that God really talks about community, family. He really speaks to the aspect of the church, the called out believers to unify in the faith and to have fellowship and do the necessary things that we do, to coexist in our faith. So I don't want to take the question and spin it in a way to where you thinking that I'm making it just all about religion, and that's not what I'm doing. I just think that God being the authority and showing us His heart and His desire for His creation to unify in the faith, but also have family, create family, and function as a family, really lets us know that His design is not that we go through life alone. He didn't say that we have to go through life married. He didn't say that we have to go through life with a boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other. He didn't say that. He's saying that the fellowship, the aspect of unification through coexisting is very, very important. So let's get back to the question at hand. Do you feel that you need someone or have to have someone? Is it necessary for you to go through life in all the experiences with someone? Are we limited if we don't have someone to go through life with? Are we incomplete? Are we insignificant? Are we selfish? Or are we weird? Do we, not, think that it's important to live alone? Well, I don't think that it's even possible to go through life alone. Of course, they don't have to live where you live. You have control over who lives in your home, whether or not you want to share your home with someone, or you want to vacate that idea and premise altogether. Yes, you have complete control over that. You don't have to work with anyone. You can, be an entrepreneur. You could be, financially well established to where you don't have to go to a community to work. You don't have to work with anyone anymore at this point. So, there are variations to the question as to us having the right and privilege of going through life without someone. I'm just kind of throwing it out there because in the scenario of relationships, whether it's a friendship, romantic situation, a marriage, a partnership, whatever it entails, do you feel or do you believe that you have to have someone? And do you even want someone? And I think of it this way, and I'm gonna use myself as a primary target or example, I should say, not target but example. I don't want to go through life alone, by myself, without someone. Um, should I get more specific? You probably want me to get more specific. Do I want to go through life without a wife? Do I want to go through life without a girlfriend? Do I want to go through life without a great friend? Do I want to go through life just by myself? No. Do I have to get married to feel like I'm not alone? Nope. Do I have to be in a marriage to fulfill the role of having someone? No. I tell you this, I'm not shacking up with anybody. I'm not living in a home with a female and call her my girlfriend or call her my significant other. I'm not doing that. But that's just me. I don't speak for anyone else, but I'm not doing that because I don't believe that it honors God. I don't believe that it gives the situation its proper perspective and position. Why you say that? Well, I say that because pretty soon, if not right away, because you're living and sharing everything, you're going to treat it like a marriage. You're going to treat it like all rules apply. When are you coming home? When are you leaving? You didn't ask me if it was okay to have the fellas over. You didn't ask me if it was just going to be 2 persons or more. I just, my girls wanted to hang out. 10 of them ended up coming over. So I just think, and then let's get to the financial part of it. If you just have a live-in girlfriend or live-in boyfriend, does that mean you're having joint accounts? Is your money together? You're sharing this responsibility regardless to whose home it might be. But if you're living there and that's your commitment, it's now your home together. So you're sharing the responsibility unless that's not the agreement. That's not the understanding. It's my house. I pay all the bills. I don't need your help. I don't need you to do anything. I got it all covered. This is my stuff. I don't know. Some people, maybe their situation is worked out that way. I can't speculate. I know if I were to be in that position, we're going to have a stronger commitment as it relates to what our roles are going to be and how we can properly cultivate those roles. If it is my property, my real property, in my name, nobody else is on the deed but me. You're my live-in girlfriend. You've been living with me now for 3 years. I've had my property for 10 years. But California law is different. They consider you married by common law after so many years. I probably have to do the statistics on that and look into it to determine how many years one has to live together to be considered married through common law. But who wants to go through that after you build everything and create a life, and then someone says, no, I'm going to go my separate way? Whether it be the homeowner by deed or the homemaker who helped create and establish that community, someone is going to have a sense of entitlement. So, what are you saying? I'm saying it's better to establish the guidelines before making that commitment. And then if the truth be told, if you don't plan on getting married, then it's no need to get further into a legal, binding, contractual situation if you're not on that page. But overall, do you feel like you need someone to go through life with? Do you need someone? I really believe the way I'm wired, how Cameron is built, is basically, no, I don't want to spend the rest of my days without companionship, without a significant person, female, in my life. The only way that I wouldn't marry that individual that I'm willing to spend my days with is if we agree that we don't care for each other that way, and maybe the situation has run its course. It's only going to be this. Well, do you live that out, and when that ends, find you someone else? Would I? I just don't believe that I would spend that kind of time with a person and not marry them. I don't know. I don't see myself just having a girlfriend for 10 years. I did that once. I was younger, much younger. I was actually with this young lady for 9 years. And we were kids together. We developed into young adults. And looked up, and it was 9 years later. And we didn't get married. We went our separate ways, and we never got back together. But that was a good experience because I learned a great deal, and it prepared me for the marriage that I later consummated. And so the experience was great. But I wouldn't recommend to anyone to just go through this series of dating or having a girlfriend or having a boyfriend just because you don't want to be alone. Now, the need to have someone really speaks to the individual. I believe that we need camaraderie, we need interaction, we need coexistence because of how we have been created. The procreation part of it, which I don't believe anybody responsibly at our age, 55 and better, are trying to start a family again. Um, I do know a couple of guys who did have babies in their 50s, but uh, more power to you. But I say that to say that a lot of things that we experience will come in the way of another. We have most memorable experiences with someone. I think that it's a beautiful thing to have a relationship, to share, that relationship, whether it's a friendship or romantic interest. I really think that it's a great thing to do for each and every one of us. And some people have had such negative experiences to where they don't want anyone else. No, they don't believe, no, I don't need anyone else to go through life with. I'm cool the way I am. And you got to respect that because they have their reasons. And sometimes they close themselves off to new situations because of the past. I don't know if that's altogether healthy, but I do know that that's their choice. That's just choice, and I don't have any problem with that. I respect that. You choose to leave well enough alone. You've had enough. You don't foresee yourself, being with anyone at this point in your life. So I get it. That's, to me, that's not a bad thing. So if I answer your question correctly, I'm saying that to each its own. If you have a reason why you don't need anyone to go through life with, that's perfectly fine. If you think that you're not going to encounter people in life as you go through life, then you're sadly mistaken unless you live on an island. If you live on a deserted island, I get it. It's just you and animal life. But you got to go through the progression of life as we know it every day with someone. That's just how it is. You don't have to be in a special relationship or particular relationship to feel satisfied or complete. I get that. I don't want to go through life, for the remainder of my days without someone. To whatever extent. But like I said before, we're not shacking up. I'll marry you before I shack up. So if we analyze it, I think you'll say as well that it's not a impossible thing to do. It's not necessarily a need. I think I phrase it that way. Do you need someone to go through life with? It may not even be a need for most of us. It may just be a want or a desire, or you could take it or leave it. I just don't think that humanity is made up that way. And I think when we become comfortable with non-human contact, it becomes a practice, a discipline. We've conditioned ourselves not to go there. We've conditioned ourselves not to, submit or commit ourselves to someone or feel the necessity of having someone in our lives. Like I said earlier, sometimes people don't want the joint responsibility. They don't want the obligation. They don't want the commitment. You know, they don't want to answer to anybody. I've met people as an adult, later in my life, more lately than in the past, but I met people that were just content, men and women. Wasn't just, some, situation where I met a woman and, I talk to men in this regard as it relates to relationships, and, I'm always trying to learn something. So, I've talked to people and they was just like, I'm content with my life. I don't think I want to commit to anybody. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be with a man. I want to have the freedom of choice to go if I want to go, stay if I want to stay, and so on. And honestly, you can't fault that individual. You cannot. It's perspective. It's freedom of choice. I just thank God that, they were upfront. They were honest. Hey, I don't want to give up my independence. Hey, I don't want to go back into a relationship. It was hard work. It took a lot out of me. My children are grown now. I want to live for me now. I want to do things. I want to travel. I want to eat the kind of food I want to eat. So when you start to look at the need part, you can exclude the need in some instances, because some people look at being with someone and fulfilling the physical aspect of it, the romantic, the intimacy side of it. They don't want to disinclude anyone for that reason. They don't want to stop intimacy, and so it still boils down to choice. What have we decided? What do we want to do? And so I just want to say this is another great topic that I'm going to share again with my brother, and hopefully he will have a lot of content the same, and we can continue on this topic, because it's very, I don't think a lot of people talk about it. It comes out in different ways. They either withdraw, they either rebel, they do something in the aspect of not fulfilling the honesty about it. If you don't want a relationship, it's okay to say it. If you don't want to be with that individual that way, in that capacity, it's okay to share it. You can be honest and polite. You don't have to worry about hurting someone's feelings. You can say something in the most eloquent, soft, convenient, timing way, and it still crushes that individual. So it's not how you say it all the time. It's just the reality that some people are just not willing to face at that time. So I enjoy talking about this. Brings me, great joy to discuss the possibility of not having to live my life out by myself. And I know that a lot of us, we have children. Our children are grown and so on. But those are your children. That doesn't mean that they're going to come and live out the rest of your days with you. Hopefully, when I get old enough, just like, with my grandmother, she's 92, soon to be 93, and I'm with her all the time. And so that's been a blessing for me, because, she's up in age, and I don't want to see her by herself. I want to see her live out her days in a vibrant way and among a community. So I'm signing off. I want to say thank you for following. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing the content. We're asking that you will continue to look for us on this platform, that you will be encouraged by the content, and tell someone. As I said earlier, ring the bell of notification. This car has come to a stop, and you can take your seatbelts off and relax, and we'll see you again next time. Charley Mac will be back in the studio to share and to make you laugh and to encourage you at the same time. God bless you. See you next time. Peace.